Just a woman told my mother before I was born, I got a boy child coming. So be a son of a gun. He's gonna make pretty women jump and shout. That the world wanna know what this all about. But you know I'm here. I'm here. All right, let me stop that before the estate of Muddy Waters sues us. Beef Wine Shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen. I got the blues. I got the We Back in 1943 blues. Because we got a fucked up president that y'all elected. Y'all got tricked, bamboozled, and hoodwinked. And I'm in my feelings. But the good thing is, I'm here. And you know I'm him. Sorry. I'm here with
greatest man alive
and Mark F. See, that's why I hang with y'all. That's why I hang with y'all. Because y'all understand me when nobody else does. Denise Tapscott, Mark Abbott, and myself. In case you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know. Stephen Van Patten. Yes, hello. God damn it. Beef Wine and Shenanigans. Kirk Johnson, a little under the weather, just not as under the weather as we discussed last week. So please, don't be overly concerned. He's fine. But yeah, all right. So we're here. And I don't know. The hellscape continues. And it just proves that, you know, the dumbing down of America, the existence of Fox News, all of that is alive and well. And it's at the point now, we are at the point right now that the only safe space to actually blow off a little steam and complain about this rise of the Fourth Reich, it's the internet. Because they're yanking people off television left and right. You know, the good thing is, you know, Biden left us some judges, so you know, a lot of these executive orders and all that bullshit, a lot of that shit's getting kicked back. But at the same time, then you've got Chuck Schumer. And yeah, we're in a real bad place with that. Like, I feel like New York is getting hit in a variety of ways. I mean, it's bad enough. Like, we basically have Burke from Aliens as a mayor.
Oh no.
But now we've also got Chuck Schumer, who was so concerned about, I want to say he was more concerned about his book tour, which is now about to shit the bed, than he was about doing the right thing. You know, it's like, first of all, I'm tired as much as I want to remain with the Democratic Party. I am tired of their bullshit in terms of, you know, just not being able to mount a defense, in terms of just being the Washington Generals to the Republican Party's Harlem Globetrotters. And I realize that is a fucked up analogy, but that is also what we're looking at. Yeah. And one thing I noticed, and I'm going to just toss this to Mark real quick, is that now, on top of everything else, because everybody's very much focused on their bottom line, their household bottom line, and the whole 9 yards. So we have this thing happening in the East Coast right now, Denise,
Okay.
where we have this issue of congestion pricing, something that
Congestion price.
Governor Hochul uh, basically implemented to basically subsidize. Basically, so what's happening is
Hmm.
people who drive specifically from New Jersey to New York and in various
Okay.
zones of New York, they
Hmm.
have to pay certain toll pricing to get to certain places.
Okay.
Um, but the thing is, it's not without purpose. This money is supposed to go to um, infrastructure,
Okay.
which up until now, let's be honest, we've like every state in the union has outside of Alaska, which we can't really speak about um too intelligently. It's like we've all got fucked up highways, we've all got potholes, we've all got
Hmm.
crumbling shit. We all got
Hmm.
bridges that need tightening. We've all got stuff
Yeah.
happening that's
Yeah.
really going to mess things up in the long run, and the stuff needs to
Hmm.
be paid for, and things need to happen. And there's also, the fact that public transportation needs funding. So that's where
Yeah.
all this kind of thing comes from. But because
Okay.
we live in a country where everybody wants everything, but nobody wants to pay any taxes, or everybody's
Yeah.
feeling beset upon, we had this situation where um, the Republicans are actually, because their messaging is always, oh no, you don't have to pay any taxes. Of course, what ends up
Hmm.
happening under Republican rule is that you pay taxes, and then Jeff Bezos gets to finance a rocket ship
Right.
because he's
Ugh.
not paying taxes.
Hmm.
And we're not
Oh,
even going to talk into the South African Nazi dude,
that guy.
but that guy, yes. But so all of that's going on, and the general public is, at least as far as I can see, as far as New York and New Jersey is concerned, there's now this schism.
Mm.
Um, and the thing is, so Mark is the only one of us, including Kirk,
Hmm.
and maybe every other guest that's ever been on this show. Mark is the only one that actually has a car. So um, I wanted him to speak. I want to hand it over and let, and yes, now Mark is showing us his acting skills. Um,
Right.
but Mark, I want you to speak on your thoughts on the situation as far as it is right now.
Yeah, 'cause that's different from California. Because everyone in California has a car, but
Oh,
we don't have
absolutely.
that
Mm.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I see the pros and cons of it. Um, the problem, I mean, the real issue here is that during the week,
Hmm.
I can understand this. Like that we got a lot of traffic coming in from Jersey. A lot of people work in New York or pass through New York going wherever they're coming, and people come in from Long Island, drive in. The and congestion is bad. Let's
Okay.
I've tried to leave. You try leaving New York to go through the Holland or the Lincoln Tunnel at 5 o'clock in the evening. It's a
Mm.
2 hour. It's 2 hour just to get to the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
So I can understand wanting to implement something like that.
Hmm.
The problem is, um, are we going to see any change
Mm.
in anything? I mean, the
Mm.
people that live on the west side and stuff, they're like, "Oh, this is great. You don't see, the traffic. It's working. It's great." My question is, okay, have y'all checked the side streets where people where because I know that folks figure it out. Okay, if I don't come through the Midtown Tunnel, I go up to the 70s, I can cut across and come down and park above the congestion pricing, which is
Mm.
basically now going to cause problems for those neighborhoods because, people are like, nah, I can't find parking in my neighborhood because everybody coming in from Queens and everywhere else. They don't charge you to ride on the highway, like,
Mm.
the FDR and the Hudson. But
Okay.
for somebody like me, like if I wanna go into Manhattan, I shouldn't. I mean, how much more do I have to pay to live in my own city?
Mm.
That becomes the question of because a lot of us New Yorkers do own cars.
Mm.
Um, many people who live in the five boroughs own cars. Now I know like they've been trying to get this push, the congestion pricing, because it's also trying to make a deterrent for New Yorkers. Like
Mm.
take the subway, use the
No.
city, get the city bike. Use the city
Um,
bike. Get around. We got all of these things. But the issue with that is one, the subways are deplorable. Um, it stands for the graffiti that's not there. It's going back to the 70s and 80s.
hmm
Hmm.
I take the subway. I don't drive to work, simply because to go to where I have to go in the morning, I would have to pay tolls for the bridge.
hmm
Uh, I would have to, if I decide I want to go into the city afterwards, I have to pay a toll to go into the city, plus the bridge on top of, and the bridge tolls and the tunnel tolls. Don't get me started. Those
I
are
was
those
asked
are
how much are those?
oh my God. I know the Verrazano's like 12, 13, if not more than that.
Oh,
13,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Go on.
And so you're paying, no matter what way you try to avoid it, you're always paying for something.
Mm.
Um, but then you get on the train and the subways are deplorable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this morning I got on the subway. You literally, when the train pulls in, people have to look to see if you see an empty car. The first thing everybody's looking for, where's a homeless person? Because there's either a homeless person in there smelling up the car, and you
Oh.
cannot get in one of those cars. You can't breathe. It's terrible,
Ooh.
or there's an army of them that just turn the subway car into a bedroom. So
Oh.
everybody's piled up on top of each other.
That's a
Uh,
nightmare. Oh my God.
I mean, but this is what you want us to do. This is in lieu of driving around the city.
Mm.
Um, I also think that, and here's the thing with congestion pricing, they've been trying to put tolls on those bridges for years. Even back when I was a kid, Mayor Koch used to talk about that. Oh, we
Mm.
might toll the Brooklyn Bridge, and people are like, pay a toll to cross the Brooklyn Bridge to go into Manhattan. That's ridiculous. Nobody doing all that. But now with the event of the Easy Pass and everything else, they
Mm.
slap those metal bars up there, and you know, I mean, I one question I do have for you, Stephen, because you Uber.
Mm.
When you Uber, do those guys go to Lower Manhattan or they have tried to avoid it, leaving Brooklyn or anything else?
They go straight through, and so what ends up happening, and most of my Uber shit, to be fair, I get compensated for because
Hmm.
it's usually got something to do with me going to CBS.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, I know I got the regular thing at NBC, but I still pick up every once in a while. I'll pick up a shift at CBS Sports. And the thing about CBS Sports, it's either ridiculously early,
hmm
like the football show I work on. Literally, the call time is 4 o'clock in the morning,
Ooh.
and I'm not getting on the subway for that,
Oh
obviously.
gosh, no.
So,
Ooh.
I mean, I don't think I would make that in this current environment. Like, I think somebody would be like, "Oh, that motherfucker must have something I can use to fucking set a fire in his knapsack." And that would be that.
Ugh.
They probably just get me in a rush, like on some fucking Escape from New York type shit. Which is also why even on a good day, even on a regular subway ride, as much as I would love to open up my laptop and maybe work on one of these horror stories that I'm writing,
hmm
I gotta. I mean, between the homeless people and the asshole teenagers, I don't
Hmm.
know. You gotta stay head on a swivel.
hmm
Yeah.
As much as I would love to take advantage of that time, and maybe get some work done as a writer before I go do
Mm.
my, as Denise would say, muggle job.
Hmm.
I can't take that chance because you
And
never know.
and that's the thing. It's like I wouldn't mind if the money was actually going to improve shit. But
Hmm.
it's not improving anything. Like, first of all, I'm not even gonna get started with the MTA. Because
Mm,
next to the police, they got one of the biggest budgets in the city, but yet the system, nothing runs on time, nothing's ever fixed. We got
Hmm.
this, you got a ballooned out budget for the police. I
mm,
would wish they would take some of that and use it for transit because the cops stand in the middle. Oh, we have police on the platform. Yeah, in the middle. You know where
yeah.
all the problems are? In the back and the front. That's where
Yep.
y'all need to be.
Yep.
Like that, y'all are
Mm.
not servicing you're not on the trains, you're not walking through the cars.
Oh
Back at
no.
back in the 70s, the cops used to wake people up. They had nightstick and start poking folk and be like, get up. I
Hmm.
Mm.
used to see them drag
That's
homeless
true.
people off the train
That's
and put
true.
them
Wow.
onto the platform. They're like, you cannot sleep on the train. This is not like, I mean, yes, we as New Yorkers sleep, but they're talking about slayed out across the bench, like you at home, and then people are scared
Mm.
to sit there because,
Oof.
either it's the smell or you're
Oh, this
afraid that they might wake up.
this motherfucker legitimately might be crazy because then there was
Yeah.
the thing with Giuliani defunding and emptying out like the mental health facilities,
Hmm.
Mm.
um and then all kinds of people that had no business being on the street are on the street. So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
That's a problem in and of itself, in the sense that the subway would be safer. The subway would be in itself a deterrent from people with cars. They would save that shit for the weekend.
Hmm.
I'm going to Montauk with the kids. They would save all that shit. The car owners would save all that shit for that and get on the subway if they didn't feel like they were taking their lives in their hands.
Yeah.
Hmm.
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 And the smell and the danger and all of that. And at the end of the day, now we get into the bigger picture of how government is not taking care of its people.
Yeah.
We get to the fact that if we were really doing what we were supposed to be doing, these people would have the proper care.
Hmm.
There would be
Hmm.
access. There would be access to mental health facilities. There would be access to low income housing. There would be
Hmm.
rehabilitation that people could walk through so they would not be menaces on the subway. And then
Yeah.
everybody could just go to work back and forth. And I'll make it selfish. And then I could sit there and tap away at my laptop without worrying about getting stabbed.
Hmm.
Yeah. We
So,
have that problem in LA too. Like the trains that we do have, they're not nearly as effective as yours, but we do have problems with people getting shot and stabbed. The mayor, she actually keeps trying to get these different programs for safety for our trains, and people were like, no, we're just going to drive everywhere. The train doesn't go where I want it to go, and if it does go somewhere I want to go, it is also not safe.
right.
Not nearly as scary as your guys in New York for sure, but yeah, LA trains, no go, not safe
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, to
So
be
I think it's like
fair,
a national problem, not just
yes.
a.
And I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, the only example of LA subway that I've ever really seen is Predator 2. Um, and that wasn't exactly an inviting example.
That
Wait,
was shot in
you
in San Francisco.
I know.
That's even worse. Yeah,
But exactly, that's
they
even
weren't
worse.
even. Yeah.
Um, but I mean, there's so the whole thing is so problematic. But then the what ends up happening is, because this is so problematic, now the Republicans, as awful as they are, as terrible as they've been, with
Hmm.
all of the wreckage that they have now brought to people's lives, They
Hmm.
actually get to play the good guy when it comes to this congestion pricing thing, and then fast forwarding to everybody kind of like not wanting to pay for anything,
Hmm.
and you get the suburban meathead that's like, yeah, this is some bullshit, I don't want to pay for this. And it's like, but what would you like to pay for?
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's created this schism that, for all we know, I mean, and I like to think New York and New Jersey are better than that.
Hmm.
But then here's the thing: you go into certain parts of Jersey, and it's Trump mania.
Oh no.
You go upstate in New York in certain
Yeah.
places,
Hmm.
and it's questionable.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
mean, like it will never be a situation where Trump wins New York City. Trump will never win Brooklyn. Trump will never win Patterson, New Jersey. Shout out to my cousin Phyllis. Um, no, just saying, because she's
Hmm.
there.
Yeah.
Um, and she wouldn't vote for Trump with a gun to her head. Um, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just like now we are actually fighting amongst our friends
Yeah, that sucks so much.
over this, over fucking driving.
Hmm.
So it's a very scary thing, and I mean, I guess the way I would close it out, I guess the mission statement there is, you know, and it's probably a hopeless mission statement because, hey, we've failed to do what I'm about to say so far, but we gotta start looking at the big picture. And the big picture is, sure, we could embarrass Governor Hochul and knock off congestion pricing, but you're also saying goodbye to civil rights
Hmm.
because you're giving Velveeta Jesus another fucking win.
Yeah.
And that's
Ugh.
and that's my problem with all of this. I don't know I'm not saying I know what the answer is, but I
Hmm.
know the answer is not to give these would-be dictator Nazi oligarch assholes another fucking notch in the belt. And
Yeah.
I stand on business on that, and that's my thought on all of this whole debate and angst and this and that.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's turn to something fun.
Yay.
So, Snow White, they're doing a live action version of Snow White.
Yeah.
And really, again, it comes back to Mark because Mark is the only one with a child. So I hate to put you on the spot, buddy.
Wah, wah.
I hate to put you on the spot. I mean, come on, man. You I mean, and so here's what I know of Mark. Mark is raising what I will feel like, as far as black nerds are concerned, like when Cosette turns to a certain age, she will be the chosen one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She will
Absolutely.
lead black nerddom.
Yes, she will.
She will be our leader, our prophet. I dare say.
Look, she was reading The Hobbit.
Mhm.
Case in point.
Don't
Thank you. I'm done for the night. I'm literally done
read
for the night.
reading The Hobbit and said to me, she said, Dad, I'm confused by something. So she reads
Uh-oh.
this whole section about the runes, the
Mm.
wizard Gandalf telling them about the runes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then she turns to the map in the book and she goes, so is this where the runes are right here? And I'm like, You're reading the map on your way through that thing. I'm like, she said, because it does say, look at the map where the finger's pointing, and so this would be it, right? And I'm like,
How am I wrong? How am I wrong?
look,
Praise, praise Black Nerd Jesus in the name of Black Nerd Jesus.
Here's what I will say.
Oh my
I
goodness.
saw the trailer
For Snow White.
for Snow White.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't, you know what? I gotta go back to your buddy Jeff Goldblum.
Oh
They
shit.
were so
Mm.
preoccupied on whether or not they could. They didn't stop to think of whether or not they should. Like,
That part. That
um,
part.
we had a really good Snow White and the Huntsman movie with a lot
True.
of action. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
True. True.
Um, the the dwarves don't look real.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm like, so what was the point? If you're gonna do a live action, you can get some little people to be unless the little people like, no, we're not doing that. I mean, you do it tastefully, but
Hey, as far as I know, Peter
I-
Dinklage's calendar is
There might
clear
have
these
been.
days. Um,
he I mean,
Yeah.
I
That might have been the controversy of the movie when they were first shooting it. I
yeah.
think that's what it was.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that here's the thing. I think Disney's falling into that almost like that pool that Marvel is falling into where we just keep regurgitating stuff for the simple fact that because we can do it.
Hmm.
Not every movie that was animated needs to have a live counterpart to it. Some of them,
mm,
I mean, I loved Aladdin. I thought Aladdin was beautifully done. It was funny.
Hmm.
I can't look at the two and compare the two. They're two totally different films. And
mm,
then
Yeah.
you get The Lion King, which the crowd
mm,
was like, it's the animals don't have facial expressions. That's what made it special in the animated version.
mm.
So we don't like this. Oh, we're sorry. Okay, so we give you Mufasa. We don't want this.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a live action Lilo and Stitch coming.
Oh
Mm.
no. That's weird.
Yes. I mean, I've seen the trailer for it and I was like, maybe. Um, I don't know. Do we need a live action Lilo and Stitch? No.
No.
You know, um, I don't know if I think that's a Disney Plus. That's a Disney. I'll sit here and sit on the couch and wait till it comes on Disney Plus
Yeah.
and
Mm.
spend my and watch it there. I don't think that's not something that's driving me to go to the theaters to see. I think die-hard Disney people who love Disney, who go to Disney
Hmm.
like 17 times a year and twice on Sunday,
I know
I
those
think
people.
though, yeah, they will totally eat that up. And God bless them because it's a market for it.
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
no, no, in this house, you know what the big ticket item is?
Hmm.
Please.
Minecraft. The Minecraft movie is
Oh,
what
that's
has been.
right. Oh
That
my
is like
God.
Oh.
we are tunnel vision Minecraft. So I'm gonna have to get tickets for that because that's what we all want to see. We
Oh.
all want to see the Minecraft because we
Mm.
spend
Minecraft.
hours on Minecraft building stuff and
Hmm.
everything. And
Wow.
even my students today, they were like, Mr. The nerd guys are like, Mister, you going to see the Minecraft movie? I said, of course I'm gonna. I said, of course I'm gonna see it. He's like, do you play Minecraft? I was like, no, I don't really understand the concept. I don't play it. And they're like, huh? Looks like we got some work to do with you, huh? I was like, I'm like, listen to me. I got too many things going on in my life to become addicted to some other game. When I'm up
Oh,
all night till 4 o'clock in the morning building worlds and
oh
doing all this other
my
stuff.
God.
I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
They try to play you over Minecraft. That's
they're like,
bananas.
it's like, man, play that Minecraft.
Meanwhile, you could literally, knowing you, you could literally Dungeons and Dragons those little motherfuckers to death.
Right.
Hmm.
And like
Oh,
they would
the dungeon.
literally run home crying to their mamas.
The Dungeons and Dragons that we did, the watered down version that we played at the school was
Mm,
hysterical because
mm,
it was about world building, and
mm.
I we didn't do the dice or anything like that. Everybody made a creature, but but to watch them play, and I still my favorite was they were in the water fighting a hydra, and this one dude is like, I'm gonna step into the water and I'm gonna use the lightning spell. And the whole room goes quiet. And the dude leading the group, he's like, my man, let's do some science here.
Yeah.
What is water to electricity? It's a conduit. Right. So if we're all in the water fighting the Hydra and you cast electricity, what do you think's going to happen? But I see where you're going with that, but I'm hitting the Hydra, not the water. But the Hydra's in the water. Where do you think the electricity is gonna go? Down the Hydra and into the what? The water, which will do what to the rest of us? Electrocute y'all? Yeah.
Y'all.
Do you think using electricity spell is a wise choice? You know, I ain't even think about that. Yes, we know you didn't think about that. I'm like, yo, they were livid. I was
Oh my
like, they're
gosh.
screaming. I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm like,
Yo, that's
it's like,
that's
and then
fucking brilliant.
on the way out the door, y'all know this ain't a real game, right? Like nobody's really
Oh.
gonna get hurt. That's like, shut up. Like,
Yeah, but that's not the point is, if I remember my Dungeons and Dragons, you're supposed to play like like the shit will
yeah,
actually hurt.
uh-huh, yep.
Like there was one point I was stuck as a wolf unintentionally, and this is during the game that I played online with my friends from the Extra Credit YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And I was stuck. At one point I was petrified and I had to run some other kind of spell. Like there's all kinds of shit that you're supposed to play like it's actual fucking Jeopardy involved. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
So, you know,
Mhm.
but of course, props to Mark Abbott because he is making teenagers less dumb one kid at a time.
Right.
I'm
Um,
trying to do something,
I
man.
mean, we know, man, we
Do
know.
or do not. There is no try, sir.
There is no try.
Yeah.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Well, um,
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. But anyway, I just I don't know. We have definitely I guess as far as things go right now, it's funny because like so I know Joy Reid show got canceled. Bunch of other people got fired from MSNBC.
Hmm.
Um, GMA3 got clipped, and I don't know if
Dang.
that necessarily. I mean, I think what's happening is just the TV industry is hurting a little bit, and
Yeah.
and a lot of that has to do with people getting sued. Um,
Hmm.
and then there's the matter of people struggling with what people actually want to see on TV. Um, shit's crazy out there. Shit is
Yeah.
shit is really crazy out there.
If you're
Um,
looking for something to watch, I highly recommend Paradise on Hulu.
Oh,
That is a
You
really
mentioned
good
that. You
distraction.
mentioned
that
that.
is,
That
oh,
show is really, really good. Yeah, at first I was like,
I
I'm not gonna
second
watch
that.
it. It's amazing. I love this show so much. I
Sterling
do.
K. Brown is amazing.
He is.
That
He
that
really is.
that that brother went from playing the prosecutor in the OJ trial to just like watching his career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super
Yes.
proud of him. He's
Yeah.
and he's an executive producer on the show.
Hmm.
So that has been
Good for him.
that has been a lot of fun to watch. Uh,
Yeah.
we got to bring this up. Did y'all watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
No, I haven't watched it
I'm
yet. I
Oh
done.
my
haven't watched
God.
Yeah,
it.
well, all right. Yeah, we can.
Oh, we
I
can't
mean,
because
Dang it.
I all I have to say to Steven is the thing on the boat completely. I was like, what? I'm like, let me get my food and go in the other room because this is so like,
all
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
say, not to spoil it for Denise, even though she needs to hurry the fuck up.
I will hurry the fuck up, I promise.
All I'm gonna say about that boat shit is in the 70s, that would have been like some cliffhanger season ender shit. And
yep,
then when you come back, then there would have been that missing footage thing. And, 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 and that's all
that
I'm gonna
angle that you
say.
didn't know
That
about.
angle you didn't know about that they used to, and it's like they used to do that shit all the time. They've been doing that shit since fucking black and white Zorro.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's
where it's like they end the show, they end the episode or whatever one way, and then when they come back, you see some shit you didn't see the last
mm.
time, and it's like, oh,
Oh, okay.
but
Ah.
yeah, all I'm gonna
I
say
just
is, yeah, I was, and not too many times I'm sitting there watching TV by myself, and I say the words out loud, oh
oh
shit,
shit.
like,
Ah.
like that was one of those times.
Yeah,
Wow.
Definitely. 100%. Oh
it's
my
it
God.
Wow.
and I thought about Steven because through the whole series
Mm.
Hmm.
they've been good, but we get to this last one, and when the best came on, you're the best
Ah.
around. I was like, oh,
Oh
here we
no.
go.
Dude.
Oh
I was
Dude.
like, yes.
no.
Although, what's interesting is, I actually thought the series was going to end because there's a new Karate Kid movie coming out.
Yes, there is.
Is
So
there?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
with hold on, wait,
brother.
wait,
Ralph
wait, you loved it. Ralph
Macchio
Again?
Macchio,
and
Jackie
Jackie
Chan,
Chan.
Oh,
because
wow.
he played the
The one
other
with yeah.
Jaden Smith. So I was
Yeah.
like, this
Oh,
ought to be
wow.
interesting to.
That
I
sounds
thought he
interesting.
was going to make a cameo at some point. I was like, that would have been kind of cool to kind of like move into like, taking
Mm-hmm.
us out of Cobra Kai and putting us back into Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Mm.
it
Huh.
I thought they did a fantastic job.
Oh, wow.
I can't there's very few shows that we get wonderful nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I mean, we love Stranger Things for its nostalgia, and
Yeah.
but this is our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
lived long enough to see this become a TV show
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and actually be excited about watching it, not
Yeah.
just and speaking of excitement, Daredevil.
I was gonna say Daredevil.
Yo. Um, yeah.
I
I,
really
I
like
I
that show.
I was gonna bring that up at some point. And I know
Hmm.
we talked about it a little bit last week, but um they, no pun intended, they have come out swinging. And
Yeah.
it is literally, at least in these past couple of years, it is like the smartest thing Marvel has done
Hmm.
to bring back Charlie Cox and the whole situation.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, um, and I was kind of sad how that last episode ended because
Me too.
I was ready to see some old,
Yeah.
Oh
I
But
really
man.
I kind of expected it
I
sort
mean,
of.
I mean, so I'm sad, but at the same time, the ending makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that was that, and that honestly, that might have been the most New York fucking thing that Marvel has done in terms of, and I'm not gonna spoil it for the
The
handful
people haven't
of
caught up yet.
people
Yeah.
who need to again hurry the fuck up and go watch this damn show. But at the
Yeah.
same time, um, goddamn, um,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
Yeah.
I was like, we got a Spanish hero. And I'm like, you know what it reminded me of?
Hmm.
The Wire. When they killed Omar.
right?
I spent 3 days walking around in my feelings. Man, Omar like that. People like, hey man, you know it's a TV show. I don't care if it's a TV show. Omar back. What
Oh,
kind of
I can't even
I
tell
was
you how many
like,
times I can't even tell you how many times somebody has said, you know, it's just a TV show, and I've told them to go fuck themselves. It's you know,
I am still hurt
it's
that
like,
Sophia died in The Walking Dead, and that was like season 5 or
oh
whatever.
my
Like the
god,
whole
yes,
that
season, they're looking for Carol's daughter. She's got to be somewhere. Got to be somewhere. And the
Carol's
very end,
daughter
when yes, and when like
sold
all the
at
zombies come out.
fragrance stores near you. No, just kidding.
oh
Um,
no.
Yes, all the zombies come out, and she's the last one. And you're like, no, it's
Oh, but
Sophia.
you know what's messed
No.
up about that? You know what I'll always remember about that, Denise?
Hmm.
That I recorded that episode because I had something to do that night.
oh shit,
Okay.
And a friend of the family
no, no.
instant messaged me on Facebook. And he's like, "Are you a fan of The Walking Dead?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I can't wait to watch tonight's episode." And he writes back, he's like, "Yeah, it's so sad that she was in the Sophia was in the barn the whole time." And I wrote back, I was like,
Uh,
"Go back and read what I just said." And then he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Don't even worry about it.
and
just,
and
I
now
unfriend you."
and now I must burn your house
Yeah.
down. Oh my
But
god,
and
Oh gosh.
that's
I
that's some
I
I
shit.
know
rem
it's just TV. I know it's just TV, but just some stuff you just hold on to so
but
much. Oh my
but
gosh.
I love the fact that you can have an emotional connection to a show
Yeah.
like that. And I know people complain now about, oh, I gotta wait till next week. But that was one of the beauty parts of watching TV when you were growing up. You had
Mm-hmm.
episodic television. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, I binge now if it like with Cobra Kai, like
Yeah.
they put the
Yeah.
whole season up.
Yeah, they dropped
And
the
the
whole
problem
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the problem with that is that you sit there and the last episode is so doggone good, you're like, I'm gonna just do one more episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, I got
Dude,
one more episode to go. And then
I
that's the end of the season. You
I
done watched
Yeah.
remember
all
the
of them.
first time that shit happened to me, and it was of all things, Orange is the New Black.
Oh
Oh.
wow.
And I remember I legitimately had shit to do that day. But I kept saying, one more episode, one more
One-
episode.
One more.
I finally looked up and it was nighttime. All the stores are closed. My laundry's still dirty. Like all shit. Like everything just fucking stopped. And I
Nah.
was like, God damn it.
Lost the whole day.
The whole
But
day. That's
then
the
what?
day you not
What's to
gonna
do after that? Well, I guess I can't. So I guess I'm gonna have to finish the shit now because
that
ain't shit else to do. Oh my god.
Except the laundry.
It's like
Oh my god.
oh I don't I'm trying because I know that's what happened with Cobra Kai. I started like
Mm.
at like 9 o'clock at night and I was like, all right, one more episode. And then it was the end of the that was it. I cleared the whole season. I got up, birds were waking up, the sun was coming up. And I was like, what time is it? Oh, come on, man.
Cosette out in front of the office with a bowl like fucking fucking Oliver Twist.
Like,
Can I
y'all
have some more,
some more,
please?
more. It's like, wait, what time is it?
Oh.
And, like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. I tell you the show that used to piss me off.
Hmm.
24.
I
Oh
was
fuck.
thinking the same thing.
Cause
Oh fuck.
24 used to lead you with these cliffhangers. And
Yes.
I remember my brother was like, ain't that much shit can happen to somebody in 1 hour.
I can hear
What
the dun
kind?
dun
Your
dun
your
What?
brother
dun.
your brother has never stage managed a television show. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
Because you would,
Yeah.
and they would mess you up too because you're all in the show, and then when the clock comes down to the
Yes.
corner of the screen, you know you only got like 5 minutes left, and you're like, oh come on,
Yes.
man, we got to figure out, yeah, Jack's got to do something, and then right, and there's a zero line. Now I got to sit here until next week and
And
find out what
Yes.
and
happened.
what's funny, like Mark, you said when we were growing up, that wasn't like to be fair, that wasn't that long ago that we had to do that. The
Yeah,
original seasons of Game of Thrones. There's no
Hmm.
binging.
Right.
no,
You just dealt with it. And they still
hmm
do that to us. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I
oh
do.
remember
They
Jesus.
do.
Sons of Anarchy. I was
Mm.
a huge Sons of Anarchy fan.
Mm.
And I mean, I remember I was living with my ex and I literally like she was amazed because no matter what the hell I was going through that particular day in terms of shooting schedule or whatever the fuck, like
Mm.
the fucking credits would start rolling and I'm coming through the door. Like, you know, and she's like, and she, one of the few good things about this particular ex, she knew to have the fucking show on the television, and then she just looking at the door like, okay, all right, nigga, you go ahead, watch your show. Um, but yeah, Sons of Anarchy, that used to be that was my and another one, The Shield.
Mm.
Oh.
I
Michael
don't know.
Chiklis.
Hmm.
Yes, The Shield
Ooh.
was bananas.
Yeah.
And the Shield got so good that like they had some nemesis, like temporary season by season nemesis that would
Hmm.
fucking come through. Glenn Close,
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Forrest Whitaker.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you right now.
Hmm.
And the shit that went on between Michael Chiklis's character, Vic Mackey, and Forrest Whitaker's character, yo, there were
Mm.
things that went on between those two. And we are a freewheeling, I can say whatever the fuck kind of show. I can't even repeat this one thing that Michael Chiklis said to Forrest Whitaker. Like, I can't do it. Like,
Wow.
I feel like people would be like, well, damn, you know.
Hmm.
But
That no.
it's basically involving um Michael Chiklis having his way with Forrest Whitaker's ex-wife. And
Whoa.
it was bananas. And yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta go, you gotta check it out. If you
Oh.
trust and believe,
Hmm.
you know.
Well, you know what
Mm.
else I used to like? I used to like the Tutors.
You know what? I
Oh, I
didn't get
didn't
Um,
into
watch that
that.
one.
I didn't get into that, but I heard it was good.
that was really good. Oh, House of Cards.
Oh, dude.
Uh,
House of Cards was crazy.
yeah. Now for
Absolutely crazy.
me, the one that got me was Breaking Bad. At first, I was like,
Oh,
I'm not watching
100%.
the show. It
100%.
got me hook, line, and sinker every week. Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. That the first I was like, let me check this show out when it
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
aired.
Yeah.
I knew they had me when they tried to burn that body with the acid and the tub fell through the ceiling. And I was like,
Yes.
oh no. And those two would have these episodes, man,
Hmm.
where there was one where the ATM fell on the chick. They stole
Yes.
the
I
ATM.
forgot
But
about that.
or the no, I think the best was when they tried to break into the police precinct with the magnet, and the magnet was so powerful it tilted the truck. And I was like, who? And the piece de resistance.
Oh, I think I already know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Hmm.
Your boy getting
Yes.
blown up in the room
Giancarlo
Carlo
Esposito.
Esposito,
and walking
aka
out
Yes.
with half looking
Yeah.
like
I know, yes,
Two-Face.
Man,
yes,
And we were
yes.
like,
dude.
You're like, how's he gonna get through this? Oh, yes. Absolutely.
he walked out. I was like,
Absolutely.
he's alive. And then the
Like,
camera does that
no.
380, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
And he does a. I was like,
Yes, that was the show. Oh man. Golly.
yeah, I mean, and that's the great part about episode. I mean, I don't knock binging if you can. Binging is good when you're trying to catch up with
Yeah.
something. Like somebody put me on. I would never. The moment the show aired, I told somebody, I was like, I'm not watching Power. And then I started
Mm-mm.
binge watching it and was like, damn, this is good.
Really?
Damn, this is good. And it
Oh.
right up to the season finale. I mean, of course, the last season. Sometimes these shows, the last seasons,
Yeah.
Well,
that those last few
that's why you have the
episodes.
phrase "jump the shark."
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Lost.
Dude, don't get me
Yeah.
started on that.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, Carlton Cuse owes America an apology. He does.
And you know what?
He does.
And what you got you say the thing that gets me. I'm like, I must be next to George R. R. Martin. We're the only two that are gonna stick by, are gonna die on that hill. Like those people were dead from the beginning. That's all we made. And
Ooh.
people will argue that, but they were not dead. I'm like, dude, they were dead. I was like,
Mm.
what we have been watching. And so that last episode where everybody kind of comes together in the afterworld or whatever the thing. And I was like,
Mm.
the last shot on the show is the beach
Mm.
with the fuselage.
Mm.
And I pointed out to somebody, I said, you notice something missing? There are no bodies on that beach.
Mm.
They died on impact. They were
Mm-mm.
incinerated when that thing crashed. So what we've been watching this whole time, it's just been a bunch of people like in purgatory.
Yes.
Mm.
No, 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 they weren't in purgatory. I was like, all right, you know what?
But
I'm not
Okay.
gonna
what
argue with
but what pissed me off was that probably 5 episodes in, people were like, so this is purgatory. And they lied.
you.
They
Yeah,
knew they were busted, so they just
Hmm.
fucking lied.
yeah.
Hmm.
So every week they would make you tune in because they're like secrets will be revealed. No,
Yeah.
you add more secrets on top of the secrets you haven't told us. And
Right.
I
Yep.
think honestly, the one of my favorite episodes, the one that always stuck with me, it started off with them burying this couple. And they go back to who they like this is a random couple. They weren't like part of the main cast.
Hmm.
And
Oh, okay.
they have found, I forget if they found money, they found something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And the guy, he gets bit by a spider
Hmm.
and becomes paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
The girl gets bit and she goes running to them for help, but what comes out of her mouth is Paolo lies. Paolo lies. They think the guy's name is Paolo. And it's like, well, what did Paolo lie about? Those people were literally alive. They were paralyzed from the bite, and they buried them alive without knowing that.
Oh
And I was just like, but when you
no.
figure out what she was saying the whole time, it's like
Oh
Hodor. You remember Hodor
yes.
from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh shoot, that's what he meant. Hold the door.
Hold the
Oh,
door.
hold the door.
Um,
Oh gosh. Ooh-wee.
but you know what? We have a saving grace because we have something this summer for Stephen Van Patten to get angry about, much like I get angry about Psycho being remade, and that's another Jurassic Park movie. So
Right.
just let's come to the rationalization that they just gonna keep making these things and coming
No,
up with
no, no, no,
dumbass
no,
ways.
no, no. I don't mind the Jurassic Park movies. I don't mind the fact it's a successful franchise. We're socialized to be into dinosaurs from when we are 5 fucking years old.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's every last fucking person that is lucky to have parents that actually talk to them for more than a few minutes a day. It's fine. I got that part. Where you lose me, where you lose me is when there are still children showing up in these
Yeah.
fucking movies.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one, I get it. Their grandfather fucking founded the island, did paid for all the experiments. Okay, great. The
Yeah.
second one, you had a stowaway because they were trying to be with their daddy. The third, okay, now you're fucking pushing it, but okay. Now that
Mhm.
we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the fuck, there should be no fucking children there. There should be. I don't give a fuck. And I don't care how smart the child is. I don't care what kind of Pink Panther burglar fucking skills this fucking kid has. After once you realize that you're on a boat or a plane and the kid has to give themselves up at some point because they either have to go to the bathroom or eat
Ugh.
or
Right.
any combination of those two things. So
Right.
once that kid gives themselves up, you say to yourself, oh shit, we're going to a place where dinosaurs are going to eat us. It's probably irresponsible to bring a child. No sense in not postponing us being eaten by dinosaurs. Let's turn the vehicle around. What the fuck?
Now, Daddy, I want to go home. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Well, I tell you, you didn't read Lost World, the because the book version, there were two children in Lost World. It wasn't just well, it was what's his name, supposedly his daughter. But
I
I will say this, Michael Crichton, if you've never read the books,
I read
the
the
books
first one.
are
read the
the
first one.
the Lost World. Here's what I hate about movies that become books. No,
Uh-oh.
books that become
Books that
movies.
become.
Don't.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
we
What
know
what,
what
what
you
you,
meant.
you know what I'm saying.
I know what you meant.
What's that? Scratch that. Reverse. Go back.
Reverse.
So
Reel back, reel back, rewind. Sorry.
the there is a scene in the book that I was like, you talk about when they go to the book and they decide what they're gonna keep and what they're gonna remove.
Hmm.
In the book, there's a scene in the high hide when they go up into the trees
Hmm.
and they're in the high hide, they're with the kids, and they look over the side,
Hmm.
and there's a family of
Ooh,
raptors walking in a straight line. One of the kids drops a candy bar wrapper.
of course.
The raptors walk by. The last one stops, looks down, sees the wrapper, smells the wrapper, and the way he describes it, just looks up into the trees and sees them up there and calls the others back. And I was like, that's creepy as hell. That is creepy. And I was like, Snickers. It's oh, look at here.
Look at here, look at
Look at
here.
here, look at here.
Fucking candy bar wrapper.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, right? Ralph, come here. It's like, oh, it's like,
Well, goes to show you when it comes to candy bar wrappers, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know what? I don't care. I stand. I don't care what was in the books. I don't care who I don't care about Jeff Goldblum adopting little black kids. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care. After a certain point, somebody need to say, okay, there don't need to be any more fucking children in this fucking movies. It's like, especially, all right, I don't know. If you were trying for the amusement park angle again, which I guess is what the
the Lost World.
The Lost World. All
Jurassic
right.
World, yeah.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
As if,
Yeah.
if that's the angle you're going with, Chris Pratt running around, being able to like, romance a velociraptor, and all that bullshit. Okay, all right, fine. But now, 2025, you're gonna go talk to dinosaurs, and you ain't got Chris Pratt with you. It's Marshall Ali and fucking
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, thank you. It's like, and none of y'all have a record for being able to have a conversation with dinosaurs, so y'all supposed to get fucked up. No reason for a kid to be in this movie. No reason for a child to be in this movie. And that, I stand on business. That's all I gotta say.
He said with his full chest.
That's right. That's right. But I'm still a sucker because I'm gonna go see the motherfucker. So
right? I'm gonna see it. I'm a huge fan, especially I gotta look for the T-Rex.
But I'll be mad. But I'm gonna be mad. I'll be like, the second I see a kid, I'll be like, boo! And people gonna start throwing shit at me.
It's like me and Psycho.
Well, and so what's funny is, we know each other pretty well, I think, at this point in our lives. When did we meet? 2013 or some shit?
Yep.
We've known each other a while, and there were certain points, like, because I don't think Mark was watching, because
I have stopped.
You had stopped, right? Because it was upsetting you. I want to say, but I had stayed with it. And what we're talking about right now, but I should clarify, it's
the Bates Motel.
It's the Bates Motel series, with Vera Farmiga, and I forget the young guy's name that was playing Norman, who went on to be the good doctor or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Quirky kid who's probably lovely in person. Vera Farmiga, though, she like, I love everything she does. She blows me away.
Yeah, she's great.
Actually fucking amazing. But yeah, I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, fucking Rihanna shows up. Rihanna shows up as, now I'm blanking on the character's name, but it's the woman that gets stabbed in the movie. And I was like, wow. And it was one of those things where it's like, do I tell Mark this? Do I let him find out on his own?
Look at his face now.
And then later on, I'm like, but if I don't tell him, and then he comes back and he finds out I knew about it already, he might be
like, I'm gonna find out in the streets.
Right.
Exactly. right.
Yo, you see Steven? No. He ain't tell you what happened? No, what happened? Yo, Rihanna's on Bates Motel. No. Yeah, man. And she's playing. And she's playing, you remember Vivian Lee from the movie? Don't you dare tell me that. Yeah, man. Steven ain't tell you. Yo, you need to find him and talk to him, man.
Oh
Cause
no.
he knew. He's like,
You
yo,
don't say.
Steven, the streets been talking, man.
You don't
You wanna
say.
you wanna tell me about something you neglected to tell me that happened the other night on the Bates Motel? Eh?
But you know what? Whether I told you or not, and I did text you while it was happening. So first of all, let's put that aside. But you know who you got to be mad at? Who you really got to be mad at? Carlton Cuse all over again. Carlton Cuse was the executive producer of Bates Motel. Yes.
Oh, brother.
I'm saying.
Coming for him.
So there you go. Anyway, I'm exonerated. So, you know what? This has been a fantastic episode. At least I think so. And hopefully our listeners will enjoy this bit of banter. Tune in soon because we're gonna do another episode. We're gonna keep doing these.
Yes.
And we're having a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you are too. You are dear listeners, all 5 of you. And so check this out. Once again, we uplift Brother Johnson in his sniffles. And we expect to see him next week.
Yes.
Because the streets are talking.
Yeah, they are.
Kidding. Anyway, all right, we love you. We mean it. We are out of here. We are Beef, Wine, and Shenanigans. Denise Tapscott out there in Cali. Mark Abbott, literally a 10-minute walk away from me. And then, of course, myself sitting here with this fantastic background. We love you. We mean it. Take care of your mental health, folks, because as we continue to try to push back on whatever the fuck this is happening with our government, we want everybody to just keep the faith, be safe, and keep it to heart. All right. We out.